Okay, the plan this morning was to paddle way back in there to what looked like some high ground between swamp and a creek. Looked like a good pinch point. But the swamp here is just not swampy enough. I'm going to try another spot that I might need waders, but I'm just going to walk in. It looks like more wooded, maybe high ground. I just might have to cross a little bit of swamp. So, also there's duck hunters way back in there. Almost sounds like they're almost back to where I'm going, which is not what I expected. It's not far from where Lee has been hunting. He knows the area across the creek, and I'm going to be hunting and scouting the other side of the creek from where he usually hunts. And I've got this thing loaded down. Food, water, waders in there. It's going to be pretty heavy, but I'll wear the saddle, carry the bow. Probably won't need these. Kayak's locked up. I passed the duck hunters on the way up here, so hopefully I'm getting in a good ways behind them because I don't want to walk into their spread or anything. But I'm going to try to stay away from the water until I have to cross it. I'm sure I'm going to have to cross it at some point to get where I'm going. Well, I filled my boots before I got the waders on, so oh well, I guess I got wet boots. But I got my waders on. I'm trying to work my way across that way. The duck hunters are down that way somewhere, but there's a creek on the other side of this swamp, and I'm hoping there's some high ground in between here and the creek, because on the map it looks like there's some thicker woods. Alright, I made it to the creek here. I don't know how deep it is. I'm probably not going to try to cross. I was talking to Lee about this area. He said he's tried to come up the creek by boat, and he said there's too many log jams. Now, I don't really see any here, but I'll take his word for it. Well, I keep coming up on these sloughs that have got water running through them, and last one was like waist deep, and there's no end in sight really. I want to get, several hundred yards further up the creek, but at this rate, I don't think I'll make it back out in the dark. Take me all night to get back, so I think I'm just going to turn around and try to cut straight back across the swamp and head straight for the truck and try something else. Alright, behind me is private, in front of me across the road is public. I'm just going to see if I can find some crossings and then kind of ease in the woods just a little bit, look for tracks. If it's not covered up in sign, I'm going to go back towards where I was the last 2 days. But I'm just like half a mile down the road from there, so I'm in the same patch of woods. Yeah, I'm already seeing tracks everywhere. I can see some brushy stuff out there. That looks really good, actually. It's a pretty good trail going this way. Back there it's green. There's some horsetail. I'd like to get on the edge of that, but there's one trail. I'll bet you deer travel that horsetail a lot. That's good cover. Finally found something that looks good. All this horsetail's real thick. They might bed in it. Right here it's a little less thick. And here's a couple spots where they can cross this ditch here. Probably need to get up on a tree up in here somewhere. Well, I just climbed down and was taking my sticks and putting them together, turned my headlamp on, and a very big sounding deer took off running that way. There had been an armadillo making noise over there, and I didn't think anything of it, so I guess this deer slipped up on me while I was climbing down. It was by itself and it sounded big. It's probably a buck, probably a really big buck with my luck. I know they're in here. The sign is here. The timing wasn't right. Maybe it was just today, or I don't know, but I'm thinking it might almost be worth coming back in the morning. I just pulled up in the spot that I hunted yesterday evening, and that deer came in at dark. I don't know what it was. Aaron and Dylan are down the road a ways back towards where I saw that big buck a couple days ago. They're gonna hunt somewhere in there, and I'm gonna hunt somewhere in here, probably the same little slough crossing, but climb a different tree because I just want to get on the other side of the slough. I was over there last night. Today I'm gonna be on this side of the slough, up on this scraggly tree. All the crossings are right here. The deer that snuck in last night in the dark was somewhere over in here. They shorted me. There's only 5 raisins on this one. Not a thing this morning.
Well,
Y'all doing good?
we didn't see nothing this morning, but we just found a good spot.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see anything till I got back to the truck.
Really?
I got all my stuff loaded, was sitting here up on the hill on private. I heard just like I thought it was more than one, but this doe came down to the road and she stopped on the side of the road and looked back up the hill, and then she ran across the road on the public. 15-20 minutes later, she pops back out of the woods and goes across the road back on the private.
Huh. Never saw anything with her?
No, I thought maybe a buck would be chasing her, but
We found 2 or 3 rubs that were really fresh. We found a couple sets of big tracks that are really fresh.
going back into a spot that I had wanted to scout. Hadn't got around to it yet. Warb and Dylan had gone in by the road and scouted out and found some good signs, some good pinch points, and they're in there now. But they're going to be a little south of this creek. I'm coming in on the creek side, and I'm going to try to stay close to the creek. I have no idea what I'm going to find. I hope I find a good little funnel or something. I know deer like to run the waterways, so I think just going off that, I should be able to find something. Alright, trying to get up in here quiet. There's a deer track. Alright, there's a lot of scattered tracks around there. I was about to climb a tree and then I forgot about this bend in the river up ahead. There's a little oxbow type river bend with some what looks like some good bedding cover right in the middle of it and right along the edge of the water. So wind is good for that, so I'm gonna go straight ahead. It's about 150, 200 yards. Well, this little CRP or whatever it looked like on the map is a big kudzu patch. Now kudzu's died off for the winter and there's all kinds of green stuff coming up. And I cut a few deer tracks coming across just this edge of it, but I didn't walk all over it, not trying to spread ground scent everywhere. And out around it is the river bend, this little strip of woods in front of me. And it looks like thick bedding cover all the way around the edge of the river and possibly further back that way. Looks like a really deery spot where I'll probably at least see something. Definitely like this spot. I need to be on the other side of the kudzu patch. That's where I saw all the deer. Those 4 does come running in like their tails were on fire. And I got a text from Dylan, said that they had 4 does come in acting like they were being chased. I think probably the same deer. I don't know what was chasing them. Never saw anything, but they ran off towards the creek. And I've been hearing noise over there. I think they've been milling around over there. I gotta go back to my kayak and float out of here.
All we could do is stay awake sitting there in the sun on the ledge. I had a friend of mine that has an archery shop down in South Mississippi texted me while we were walking in, and I looked at my phone and it said, call me. And I said, I'm walking in the woods. And I said, what's up? And he said, you're on a YouTube hunting show. That's what his text said. And I said, really? Like, just, kind of playing it a little bit. And he just wrote back, yes. And I said, I'd kind of played it for a while for him.
Well, I got everything loaded up, ready to head back to Tennessee. Hopefully don't lose anything here. I want to say thanks to Lee and Rusty for letting us stay here. Let me stay here with you.
Without a doubt, man. You're welcome back anytime.
I sure appreciate it. Y'all got
Anytime.
a great place.
I appreciate it. We like being here, and we're here most of the time during season, so don't wait for us to call. It's an open invite whenever you get a chance to come back.
I appreciate it.
You can bring your crappie pole with you next time you
I
come.
might need to do that.